Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, where we provide world-class education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. And for all of our entrepreneurs across the world, we help you sell your vision. I'm Dr. Jacalyn-Kerbeck, and our show is the Planet Earth Show. Let's get right to it. We're talking about transformation in 2024, and joining me is the star of our show, Mr. Roland-Friedl. He is somewhere traveling in Europe in his motorhome. He is a mentor. He is a coach. He is an author. He is a serial entrepreneur. And he's someone who lives his life by living outside the box. There is no box. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Dr. Jacalyn. Great to see you. And hello to our audience.
Great to see you as well. It's been a little while. What have you been up to?
I'm in South Italy at the moment, in Sicily. Life is challenging, exciting, and I'm very grateful, to be honest. I'm very grateful.
You like a challenge. I know that about you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, depending on the level of challenge, and not every minute, you know. I love to be challenged, of course. Getting out of the comfort zone, to get to know myself better, of course, to improve myself. Yeah. But of course, I need also resting times, time out.
Absolutely. And so if I recall, you are doing a water fast. Are you in day 4?
Yeah, to be honest, I stopped it on day 4. The reason for that is because normally before you go on an extreme fast, you have 3 days of reduced food intake. You do soup or more veggies like that. Then you do a totally body cleanse, and then you start fasting. I went from 100 to 0, so I had an amazing dinner with a friend, and then I went to 0 just on water fast. And I made a mistake, so I ordered my product for cleansing my body too late, so it's still on the way with the post from Germany to Italy. So very good friends of mine who are specialists in fasting, who support people in wellness hotels with fasting. They all told me, Roland, stop the fasting right now. You have to do the cleansing first because otherwise you're gonna you intoxicate yourself. So I stopped after 4 days. It was an amazing experience. And as soon as the product is coming in, I do my cleansing and then I go back again.
Well, I'm actually glad to hear that you met with someone and got some good advice. I was a little worried when you told me you were going to be doing the fasting for a long period of time. What is the amount of time that you're looking to go ultimately?
For the water, at least 15 days. I mean, I know people, a friend of mine, a German lady in Tulum in Mexico, she goes 35 days every year. I have friends who go 40 days, but it's too extreme, especially when you're getting older like myself. So 15 days, I guess, is just fine. 15 days is just fine for me.
15 days is a long time, that's for sure. And that whole time you're just going to be drinking water. What did you feel in 4 days into what you were doing for the fasting? We're talking about transformation today. What kinds of changes did you notice in your own body?
Well, actually, it wasn't so bad than the last times, to be honest. Normally on day 2 and 3, I have a lot of headache, and because there's no sugar intake, there's no coffee intake, and stuff like that. It was not that. On the first day, I had a little bit headache, just a little bit, but I had absolutely no hunger. So I felt really, really good these 4 days. Absolutely. Of course, there came some self-doubt, sort of, what the fuck I'm doing here? I want to prepare some nice dinner or something. Of course, this always comes up. Yeah, no problem. But I always pushed it away. I said, no, I don't think about food. I don't think about preparing some food or stuff like that. It was easy for me. It was absolutely no problem. But what came up to me is I went in because you have much more time. You don't have to buy food. You don't have to cook. You don't have to wash the dishes. You don't have to eat. So there's much more time left during the day. I had much more time to reflect and thinking about my personal transformation and the transformation in general in this year. What's going on? And there came some new ideas, some new great ideas up. Funnily, a company contacted me. We had an amazing call today. So actually 2 companies. So it's interesting what's going on.
Well, you're never letting any grass grow under your feet. That's for sure. I love that.
I try my best.
Roland, what I found in talking to you and to other people, and even for myself, we're only in January. It's the 23rd day. It's gone by so fast. But many people have made major changes already or shifts, and they're finding something has come into their life that wasn't there before. What do you think this is an attribute to? Is it because of what we did last year? Is it because of spirituality? What do you attribute it to?
Yeah, I feel the same for myself, and when I talk to friends of mine, it's people who are aware and the consciousness, they feel also a tremendous change in their life. Well, actually, it's a combination of different things. More people are aware about themselves. More people are asking themselves, "What the heck I want to do for the rest of my life? Is it what I'm doing right now? This was what absolutely makes me happy." That's one thing. I guess also the last 4 years from 2020 to 2023, with this pandemic and this crisis, I guess this was just a preparation of what's going on now. I strongly believe that 2024 will be a year of transformation for many, many people, for those who want to transform, and also for those who are not willing to transform. Again, I guess those ones will hit very, very badly. And I also believe that we will have 3-4 times this year with major challenges, global challenges coming up, absolutely. And some people are prepared, some people not prepared. But yeah, to answer your question, yeah, this year is the year of transformation, willingly or not willingly. It's going to happen.
You're going to go voluntarily or kicking and screaming, it sounds like. I know for me, just from a personal perspective, I started teaching fitness classes again. And yesterday I taught 75-minute vinyasa, then 45-minute spin, and then I went to solid core last night. And I have to tell you, I feel like I am alive, and my body is responding and being functional, and I really appreciate it. But I've met some amazing people, and a new business opportunity has come my way at expanding the brand. So I'm really happy and very grateful. So I hope that some wonderful things are happening for other people as well.
Absolutely. I mean, when you're really open-minded, when you walk around with open eyes, there's some. I guess this year is the year for opportunities, and it's just up to us if we take them or we leave them. Yeah, I guess lots of opportunities coming up. There's transformation going on, business-wise, but also privately, with partnership, with friends, with families, for whatever's going on. There's a lot of stuff coming in. The question is, are you ready or not? Are you ready and are you willing or not? That's the point. That's the point. Absolutely. When I talk to friends of mine, and especially when I don't know how it's in the US, but here in German, in German, I'm Austrian, so we speak German too, a German form of a German dialect. We say, "Wie geht's dir?" How do you do? And this is just a phrase because nobody is actually expecting an answer or an honest answer, yeah. And when you give an honest answer, people have no idea how to handle it. So I changed this year. I don't ask people anymore how you're doing. With my good friends, I just say, "How do you feel? What's going on inside you?" But the point is, when especially when I ask male friends, business friends, most of my friends are very, very successful in their lives too. Of course, because you always have the people around you like yourself. When I ask them how you're doing, how you feel, and they all say, yeah, it's great. The interesting thing is that most people still are reflecting over the material world, the outer world. Okay, yeah, it's good. My job is fine. My business is good. The house is good. My car is good. We go on vacation. But more and more people are talking about the inner world, and I guess this is also the transformation from the outer world to the inner world. I don't say get rid of material thing. Absolutely not. That's not the case. But to reflect, it's more about reflecting the inner world. What's really going on inside? Are you really happy? It's not about are you successful in the material world? Do you have a good business, a good job, making money, can afford this and this and that? The question, I guess, this year is many people asking themselves, and I guess the process, as I said, the process started in 2020, 21. Am I really happy? Am I really happy? Because when with all these lockdowns, when there was no way to go to the office to meet colleagues working from home, no way to go to the gym, for example, no way to socialize, to go, I don't know, out to meeting friends for dining or cinema, whatever. We had a lot of time sitting at home, and if you're not just sitting stupid in front of a TV set, maybe you had time to reflect, and more and more people asking themselves, am I really happy? And what do I need to be happy? What do I have to do? What do I have to change to be more happy, or to be more, or let's say to feel joy, to feel real deep joy? I guess that's what's going on right now.
Roland, I agree with you. A question I have for you is, do you feel that happiness is something that we are born with, the ability to see the positive side of life, whereas some other people may be predisposed to always seeing the negative? Or do you think it's something that we have to actively learn and work on to find our affirmations and just waking up as a gift, whereas some people they just have a happy demeanor?
I guess to be happy, being happy is a decision. I
I
guess
love
it's a
that.
decision.
I love that.
No matter what the circumstances are, my life is not a 24/7 sparkling miracle time, not at all. But I'm happy because it's a daily decision I make, and it was a change for me years ago when I decided to be happy. And the question is, how did I become happy? As I said, it is a decision. And people say, okay, how do we make a decision? I said, yeah, no, well, I also face challenges, and I still do. But to be honest, it's actually it's a habit every single day. And I learned this years ago. Is in the morning, the first thing I wake up is I take a few seconds or a minute and a half, and say, okay, what I'm grateful for, the small things. And I'm 60 this year, so I'm grateful. For giving an example, this morning I'm grateful to be still alive. I'm grateful to be healthy. I'm grateful to stay here at this amazing place on the beach with my motorhome in close to a national park. I have food, I have coffee, I have a hot shower. I'm just grateful. So this and because I'm so grateful for what I have, and I'm not how to say, not having this greedy for the things I don't have. So people always think about what they don't have instead of being grateful what they have. This was a game changer for me. I'm happy. Of course, I'm facing challenges. Of course, I have to deal with authorities, with tax advice, stuff like this. I have the same stuff too. Partnerships are on and off or whatever. Sure, yeah, but I'm happy because I'm grateful. I'm grateful for what I have.
And I just have to applaud you for that. You know, my mom used to say I guess last year, she would say, I'm happy that I woke up. I'm happy to be alive. And I would get frustrated with her sometimes. And I would say, Mom, can't you aim a little bit higher? I mean, obviously you're going to wake up. But now I realize not everybody wakes up. Not everybody gets that gift. And that has to be the first gift. And as you and I know, as we get older, we look at things in a different way than we looked at it before. And so to me, this morning when I went to teach, I was grateful there was a parking spot right out front. I was like, wasn't that nice? Instead of driving around for 20 minutes. It's all about how you look at things. It's your perspective.
Yeah, really. That's what I do every day, man. Every day. It's a ritual every day. Sometimes also in the evening, in the night when I go to bed, I said to do, but every day in the morning I do it. And I know tomorrow morning when I wake up, hopefully I will be happy again and grateful that I'm still alive. And I will be happy that I had this amazing team call today with this company approaching me. And I'm happy with my friends who called me today and other stuff. So I'm just grateful for that. And I think that this is something that people have to realize. We are educated and trained in our Western society more, be better, be better, be better, be better. Optimize yourself. We're not a machine. Of course, it's we want to be successful in life, but we don't have to forget what really makes us happy. Of course, we want to be successful. We want to have a nice living. We want to have live. We are very fortunate that we are born in a more or less safe country. We don't feel hunger. We have supermarkets. Our food is available. We have a warm house. We have we call a shelter. We have education. Of course, we want to be successful, maybe to provide for family, for friends, starting our own family, whatever. Yeah, of course. Yes, this is okay. But most people have too much focus on the outer world, on the material side. And I was the same too when I was young, to be honest. I was the same too, career, working, being very proud, buying my new Porsche or whatever it was in the last years, or stuff like that. But then I realized, okay, does it make me really happy? It's convenient, it's nice, yeah, but what do I need for happiness? It doesn't mean to give the Porsche. No, not at all. When you can afford it, it's fine. But it means what is around me. And I found out, I don't know if you ever had this discussion about this happiness circle. You have 6 areas. 3 areas I call the rubber balls, and the other 3 areas are the crystal balls. And a rubber ball is a ball when you let it fall, it bounces back. But a crystal ball, when it falls, it breaks. So I guess we have to take care about the crystal balls. And that's what I found out. What are the 3 crystal balls in my life, and what are the 3 rubber balls in my life?
And you actually did, I think, a talking head segment on that.
Yeah, we did.
People can find that over on our YouTube channel. Just this morning after I finished teaching, I saw this very attractive person come out of this luxurious high-rise residential and got into a Bentley. And I thought, wow, look at that, right? That guy's got everything. And I thought, that guy's got problems just like anybody else. But all we see are the materialistic things, and we think, oh, everything's perfect. And we go on social media, especially Instagram. I notice Instagram, it really seems to be a lot more, but everyone's gorgeous and has beautiful clothes and this and that. And it's just not true. But that's what people want us to see. If they showed us what's really behind the mirror, so to speak, I think that would motivate people even more, because then they'd realize, okay, you can overcome adversity. And you and I have talked about this a lot. You've had your own adversity, and I have too. And yet we're here today talking and providing education for other people.
Absolutely. And, I had a fake life too, in the beginning when I started my career, there was a lot of fake stuff, because you always want to present yourself as successful to attract more success. Of course, that's marketing. That's marketing tools. Yeah, of course. But, I stopped being a fake. I'll be very authentic. I speak from my heart, and especially the last years. And to be honest, since I do this, I do a German podcast with men's work and stuff like that. And since 2 weeks with women too, in German. And I'm very honest. I talk about myself like it is, and I always say I don't edit anything. I don't cut the video. It is like it is. It's out like it is. Like here, we do it live. I don't do it live, but I don't edit. I don't cut it. And I say, since this, I'm so open. I'm so authentic. I'm so honest to myself and to others. To be honest. The last year, so many amazing people came into my life. And what I mean with amazing people is people that stay, people that have feel a very deep connection, making, especially with men. I wouldn't say friends. We became brothers with a bunch of men. Actually, we had a meeting last Wednesday. I organized a meeting with 12 other men online, but it was just amazing what kind of people came into my life since I stopped being fake. Because everybody is a little bit fake, to be honest. When we make a picture of ourselves, or somebody is making a photograph of ourselves, we never gonna post an ugly one. Yeah. So everyone is a little bit fake. one more, one less. But I gave it totally up. And I also made a reel on Facebook because I started promoting that I do water fasting, and people contacted me. And I was very honest. When my friend said to me, "Hey, that's not good what you're doing. You have to cleanse before." I forgot this totally, to be honest. And a friend of mine said, "You know what? Just keep going and keep posting." I said, "No, I don't do this. I go out and say, hey, I stopped it. The reason for it is this and this, and when I'm back, I'm back. But why to do a show? Why to do a show? It's not true. I stopped it for this and this reason. I want to be honest. I want to be authentic. And I think 2024 is the year. That's what I mean with transformation. It's about are you really authentic? Are you really authentic? Do you have a standpoint? It's not about, I don't know. Yeah. I guess 2024 is the year of making decisions, clear decisions, and having a standpoint and giving away all this fake shit. I think this fake shit is not going to survive.
I agree with you. And one of our lovely friends and colleagues, Dr. Chan, she did a Talking Head episode about dropping the masks, and everybody's walking around wearing a mask. So here's a question I have for you. So you and I connect in person and you say, "Hey, it's great to see you, great to meet you, how are you doing?" And I just go, "Well, blah blah blah, lower vibrations, negative energy." What do you do? Like, what's the appropriate thing to do if someone is not working on themselves? Maybe they're not seeing life through the eyes that you and I are seeing. Do you give them that audience to hear what they have to say, or do you say, "Hey, maybe you should see a therapist"? What are your thoughts?
Well, actually, we have to distinguish if we meet somebody just on the street, or we want to really connect with somebody. When I connect with somebody and I ask him, "How do you feel?" Because it's inside me. How do you do? Yeah, it's a normal question. People say good or not good. Yeah, and what I stopped doing, and I learned this from a friend of mine, Björn, is I'm not happy. I'm not satisfied with this answer. So I always say, "Hey, good or bad is not an emotion. What kind of emotions are going on inside you? What kind of emotions are you feel?" And then this person look at you and said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Yeah, feeling good is not an emotion. What is inside? What do you feel by good? You're joyful, your happiness, whatever. What is it?" Or when somebody said, "No, it's so la." Okay, what kind of emotions? Are you sad? Are you angry? Are you whatever is it? Whatever is it? So I go when I want to connect with people. What I learned is I really asked them about their emotions, because when they say, "How you doing?" I said, "I'm fine." What's this? But I know that people respond automatically because they're not expecting that the other one is really interested in. That's in our society. It's totally different when you talk to indigenous in Africa or South America. They really want to know how you do. They talk about emotions, and that's what I learned from there. So yeah, to answer your question, when I want to connect with people, I ask them, "What's your emotion? What's going on inside?" Oh, absolutely.
I'm going to borrow that if you're okay with it. The one that gets me every time, "How are you doing?" "Fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine." What does fine mean? To me, it's a
Nothing.
non-word, is no information. So do you think people share fine because they don't want you to know how they're feeling? Or I've heard this from people, they really don't want to explore themselves how they're feeling. They don't, it's in a lockbox somewhere and they don't want to open it up because they don't want to deal with it. So they just put a neutral word, fine, good.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, as at the beginning, most people don't give you a proper answer because they don't believe that you're really interested in, to be honest. The second thing is they have no idea what the fuck is going on inside because they are so distracted by, I don't know, by job, by family, by taking drugs or whatever they're doing. Actually, it's interesting. I had an amazing podcast with a lady this week, and we talked. The podcast was "Hunger for Love," and she was talking about her food addiction she had. And in German, the word addiction is Sucht. And I was talking about Sucht, and they said, no, she's not saying Sucht, because in the word Sucht is the word Suchen. Suchen means looking for. And she said, instead of addiction, she said looking for love. So when somebody has an addiction, whatever, working like crazy or looking for watching porn all the time, or a huge consumption of alcohol or food, whatever it is, it's always is this seeking or seeking for love. And this was an interesting aspect. So most people are covering their emotions. They don't have any access to their emotions. And some people are really scared because when I talked to a friend and said, a person I know well, and said, like, hey, let's go deeper. I said, no, I don't want to say. I know that there's some shit coming up, and I don't want. I want to confront the shit. So people know that there's some shit coming up, but they don't want to see it. They don't want to face it, because this is going to be tough work. Absolutely. Yeah, that's true. Most people are not honest because, as I said, they don't believe that you're really interested in. The second is, it's an automatic response, and most people don't feel themselves. I guess everybody wants to share what's going on inside, but they never learned it because they had no parents that listened to them or friends or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be. And I've shared this before with you, which I used to take it personally, but I don't anymore. I meet someone and they say, so what do you do when you're not doing this? And I tell them a succinct elevator kind of pitch. And there's no follow-up questions. No, wow, you were running a television network? That's pretty cool. Can you tell me about it? It's immediate switch to some other subject. And I used to think, wow, they really have no interest. And I thought maybe they don't understand. Maybe they don't know what the questions that are to ask. So I don't take it personally anymore. So I think that if one thing I'd like people to take away from the show when it's about transformation and transformative behavior is you don't have to be validated by someone else for what you're doing or for who you are. You just have to validate yourself.
Absolutely. I want to add something what you mentioned, just because, I realized it 30 years ago when I started a part-time business, which became a full-time business later on. It's very normal when you introduce yourself to somebody and say, what are you doing? I'm a dentist, I'm a businessman, I'm a TV producer or whatever. And people said, okay, yeah. As long as they has a picture, they're not asking anymore, because it's normal that everyone has a job. Some people are asking when they don't understand it and they want to know, what is it? Yeah, but when they have a clear picture of what it is to be a dentist, to be a TV producer, to be, I don't know, whatever it is, they said, okay, because it's no a job. And what I did is, when I went full-time, when my part-time business started to become full-time, I made the mistake that I was talking about when somebody asked me, talking about my full-time business. And then I found out that's not good, because everybody knows we all have jobs. So what I did is I was talking about my main job was my old one. I still was not in there. And I said, in part-time, I'm building up a business. I said, part-time? What is it exactly? Because everybody's looking for a part-time business. Yeah. So just to answer this thought is, this is normal. This is normal. When you say, people say, you're doing, and they have a big job, they don't ask anymore. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's true. And in the examples that you gave about a dentist, for example, I know tons of people who hate going to the dentist. I love going to the dentist. So if you said, I'm a dentist, I might say, oh my gosh, I love having my teeth clean. And now it's about me again, instead of going back to you. How do you like being a dentist? How do you feel about it? What kind of joy does it bring you? But we always go back to ourselves. Have you noticed that?
Absolutely. I know it from friends of mine who are medical doctors. They never talk in public about it because everybody wants some advice. Say, oh, I have this. Can I show you this? Can I show you this? Especially on vacation. Yeah.
And that's so true at a networking event. I haven't been to one in a while, but you meet somebody and they tell you what they're doing, and immediately it's like, oh, I really could use some help or some coaching or some mentoring, or I'd like to, meet with you to talk about my business. It's like, ooh, you don't even want to talk to the person anymore, because now they've taken away that opportunity for you to just be two humans getting to chat to, oh, what can you do for me?
Yeah. I guess it's in our Western society, we only want to gain something from something or from somebody. And the question is, who has really an interest in the other person without gaining any material stuff out of it?
Good points. So when we come across someone who is treating us a certain way, how do we deal with it? Are we rude to them and say, well, that's really ignorant of you? Or do we just give them grace and move on? I know what you're going to say. We don't want to be censored, okay?
You know, I never give a fuck what other people
I,
say to me.
I already
I give you an
know.
example. When I have haters on Facebook or on social media and have negative content, I always send them a heart and love. So I'm never going to argue. I never argue with someone. Actually, I never do this. I never do this because, you know, I from a humanistic point of view, I strongly believe that everybody's trying his or her best. And sometimes the shit that comes out is the best what they can provide at the moment. So it's okay for me. I'm never rude. I'm not. I was rude when I was young, of course, when I was this rebel Roland inside me. No, but the older they become, the wiser become, the more experienced become. I said, I have passion with everyone. To be honest, doesn't mean that I accept it. Doesn't mean that I spend more time in this. Doesn't mean that. But I'm never gonna rude. I said, okay, yeah, no, I leave it like it is there because it's not about me. It's about them. It's, you
That's
know, you know, I'm not the person that somebody visualizes in their mind. That's not my responsibility.
it's very true. And I think the sooner that we realize that something happened to me the other day, I don't want to go into specifics so that people can figure it out, but I was doing something with a group of people, and I'm considered to be, I don't want to say an expert, but someone who has a lot of experience in this area. And the person acknowledged some other people I never even heard of before and said, "Oh, if you're looking for anyone to assist you, it's these people." And I thought, that's interesting because this person knows this is one of my areas of expertise. And I thought later, this isn't about me. There's a reason why the person did that because they've introduced me before as this. But
Yeah,
I was upset for a little while. And then I thought, what are you upset about? It's not about you. And you don't get a say anyway. That person can say whatever they want.
it's a learning. It's a learning. It's a learning. You get to know the people, you know, who can trust. You can people you can rely on. So I never take stuff personal. So it's a learning, and I'm to be honest, I'm grateful for all these people who trigger me to learn more about myself, and I'm also happy people who are nice to me who give me some rest.
I love that. I want to talk a little bit about what you have there for your tagline: speaker, coach, author, entrepreneur. So tell us, let's go from the end to the beginning. What is an entrepreneur and what exactly do you do?
Okay, well, entrepreneur is a word that's not really existing. It was created by my dear friend and teacher, you know him, Dr. Jeffrey Armstrong, Jeffrey G. Kavinder Rishi. He's my teacher. I learned Sanskrit and I studied the Bhagavad Gita with him. And he made this new word, entrepreneur. You know, entrepreneur is a businessman. Entrepreneur is a person who who is willing to do something or to be successful. But what we see is the last decades, many entrepreneurs are just exploiting, or how to say, exploiting the world and taking everything and not giving back, really. So an entrepreneur is a person that is more aware about that we are all connected in the world. Yeah, that Mata Bhumi, planet Earth, Mother Earth, is an incredible macroorganism with a symbiosis of animals. We are animals too, human animals, and animals are meaning all these creatures, plants, fossils, stones, water, earth, air, etc., whatever. So a entrepreneur is a person who's doing business but taking care, really taking care, in not greenwashing or just a marketing gag. Who's really taking care about others, who's really taking care about the environment, who's really taking care about resources and stuff like that. That's an entrepreneur. That's why I call myself an entrepreneur. And I asked Jeffrey if it's okay to use this term, and he said yes, Roland, go for it. And yeah.
And Jeffrey's been a guest on our show a couple of times, I think. So how is it working with him and having him as a mentor?
Wow, the best thing that can happen to you. I mean, it's such a wise person without any arrogance. He's 74. He becomes 75. I don't know what kind of storage he has in his brain. He knows so many stuff by heart. He is incredible. I mean, he has thousands of students, and I give you an example. I sent him. I didn't call him on his birthday because I know it's annoying when 1,000 people are calling you. So I sent him a WhatsApp message, and the next day he came back on a video and said, "Hey, thank you so much," and we had a nice conversation about that. He's an amazing, loving, kind person, and with an amazing knowledge. But he's not arrogant. He's not feeding his ego with the knowledge he has, and he's a wise person, absolute wise person. I learned so much from him, absolutely.
He is very, very wise. And I'm glad that you two connected and that he's having such a wonderful influence in your life because you're passing it on and helping others. Tell people about your men's groups and are they open for anyone to join?
Yes, they're open for every man, no matter what race, religion, or political background or so. Yeah, I started with men's group a few years ago, and we still have an English-speaking, actually American group. So we meet every first and third Saturday of the month. We meet online in a Zoom. So if you're a man and you want to join us, you're more than welcome. So what is this men's group? I mean, to be honest, I love more in-person meetings, yes, but as I'm traveling and most of these men are living in different parts of the US, we came across that we do it online. So we meet online for an hour, sometimes an hour and a half, and we talk just men. We are very honest, and we talk, as we said, not about the material outside world, how good we are, whatever we do. We talk about what really is inside, about how we feel, how it's going on in our relationship, how it's going on in our family, how it's going on, what's going on inside. Yeah, so it's a safe, heartful place where we listen to each other. So everybody has time to talk. When there's somebody, sometimes people don't want to talk. It's fine too. I always say when you join the first time, just listening to other men, the healing process starts because you realize, oh my gosh, I'm not the only one with these issues. We all have more or less the same issues and challenges as men. So it's not a man when you have facing some challenges. But we educated and socialized that men don't show emotions, that men don't be weak and stuff like this. We can be weak without being a mommy boy. I don't know how to say it in English. So we can be a man, a real man with a standing, but also show our, how do you call it, vulnerable part of ourselves. This is very, very important. So especially when we connect with the female energy, with a wife, with a girl, to make intimacy happen. So intimacy can be intimacy. We have to be a strong man, of course, yeah, but we also have to be vulnerable. That's very, very important. So this is what we do in a group. We just share our man being. We wanna be men. It's a real men, feeling the balls again. That's so important.
And I think vulnerability can be very sexy. Instead of having that mask on and everything's fine, and I'm a superstar, I can deal with anything. No, you
It's
really
about being,
can't.
being honest and authentic. Yeah, that's all about it. It's very sexy, absolutely. And it's the bravest thing you can do. I mean, I talk from my own experience when I went through all this. Oh my gosh, bungee jumping is easier, even when you have a high rate.
By the way, you've got some good color. I'm feeling like I need a tan. I need something. Have you been out in the sun?
Yeah, to be honest, when I'm not producing or when I'm sleeping, I'm always outside. I'm always outside. I'm not lying in a sunbed, but I'm always outside. I love to be outside. I love to be in nature. That's that's why I get this suntan. That's normal.
Yeah, that's a good place to be. So one other thing I would like for you to share with our audience, I know that you have your role in media and that you're interviewing people. How can people reach out to you if they'd like to be on your platform?
First of all, you have to speak German. That's one thing. I do it mostly in German. So if you have to share something that makes this planet a better place, that improves other people's life in their heart, in their being more joyful, being more happy, you're more than welcome to contact me. You see my website, roland-friedl-wirelessliferocks. There is a contact form, and you can contact me. You're more than welcome to. But as I said, you have to speak German. That's one. We do it in German for the German-speaking market. So you can contact me if you're just speaking English or Spanish. I speak English and Spanish too. we find a form where we can translate or stuff like that. But so what I do there on the channel, I have conversations with men, providing coaching to men. I speak this year new, just a lot of ladies, more and more ladies coming to me that wanna present what they are offering to the world. Mostly it's coaching, shaman work, different stuff. That's what I do. That's on the men's world is on the Wild at Heart. The other one is on the Entrepreneur. Then there's a show that's called, a podcast called The Wild at Heart. This is for people who live a same crazy lifestyle like myself. People who love to travel and combine traveling and working. So like myself in a motorhome, or maybe with a backpack, or I know people who work from Bali or from wherever. So I do different stuff. So go on Roland Media on YouTube and find it out. But to be honest, 99% is in German.
And people can connect with you by taking their device and scanning that QR code, and that'll take them right to your website. And they can also go to your website, directly by going to roland-friedl-wirelessliferocks, which your contact information is right there. Roland, we are going to sign off for now. We're coming back with our next show, the Mallorca Connection. Can you tell our audience a little bit about what this show is about?
Yeah, actually, the topic is willpower. Willpower to be successful in 2024. And it's not only about being successful in business, it's being successful as a whole person. And I want to talk a little bit about willpower and also what it needs to be successful. And I want to have a short outlook on what I mentioned before, the happiness circle, about the rubber balls and the crystal balls, where you should focus to be really successful in total, not only in business-wise, monetary-wise, but in your whole life. And you need willpower. Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about. So join us in 18 minutes.
We're excited to have everybody with us. Please do reach out to Roland. You can also find him on LinkedIn, but he has a lot of value to bring to the world, and he's doing it every day. He's breaking all the rules, and he's showing you that you can have an alternative lifestyle and you can be happy. So thanks for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you very shortly on our next program, which is the Mallorca Connection. We'll see you then.
Thank you for having me. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Meet Dr. Jacalyn-Kerbeck, President, Founder, and Chief Listening Officer of USA Global TV and Radio. She is a certified life, career, and executive coach. Dr. Jacalyn is the Amazon #1 best-selling author of Behind the Green Screen and Adversity to Awesome. As the listening mentor, she teaches children and their families how to listen at an elevated level through the book series titled The Amazing Adventures of Lady Ella, the Listening Mentor. The Creative Hearts Awakening book series features heart-centric creatives who share their awakening journey. Through the Power of Listening educational course platform, people can get certified as elevated listeners on USA Global TV and Radio. Learn how to center yourself and align with nature through the power of nature, plants, and shrines. The Journey of Chakra Psychology course will educate you on the chakras and their meaning. The Intuition of the Heart course will help you understand how to trust your intuition. Learn how to face the shadows of self and understand the impact of following trends and materialism. Set boundaries and ask for permission to help establish better relationships, deeper connections, and more authentic conversations. Take your communication expertise to a higher level with the course for curious humans. After all, we are not robots. Looking to start your own podcast platform? Get everything you need in the Podcaster Pro package with Dr. Jacalyn-Kerbeck. How can music, breath, and your voice set you free? Find out with the Power of Listening courses. Dr. Jacalyn is a certified meditation teacher, yoga instructor, and Juice Plus distributor. She will help you create a plan for your healthy lifestyle. As an expert in the art of interviewing with over 3,000 hosted and/or produced live broadcasts, Dr. Kerbeck helps her clients stand out as global broadcasters. Dr. Kerbeck's books are available on Amazon. Start your listening journey by reading. Tune into the Listening Mentor TV show, Fridays on USA Global TV, and learn how listening can be your superpower. Dr. Jacalyn-Kerbeck, MBA, DBA, Certified Holistic Life, Career, and Executive Coach, Certified Yoga Sculpt Teacher, Certified Meditation Teacher, The Listening Mentor, Singer-Songwriter, Founder, President, Chief Listening Officer of USA Global TV and Radio. drjacalyn.com. Thank you to all our elevated listeners, team members, animal characters, and co-authors. Contact us at 215-852-9406. Jacalyn at drjacalyn.com.